All right, here we go. Crunchy Black, welcome back to VladTV.
Glad, how you doing, baby? How you been?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. How about yourself?
I've been all right.
Hey, man, as we get older, all right is the new good.
Yeah, that's the new good, man. I'm telling you, because it's been wild.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We haven't spoken in a while. But I think when it comes to Memphis and 3 6 Mafia, the biggest story is what happened to Project Pat's son.
Right.
I got to interview Project Pat a couple years ago, man. Really cool dude.
No.
I have nothing but good things to say about him.
No, Pat always been cool. It's just something happened that shouldn't have happened. Just like my daughter.
Yeah. So, what's the story around the shooting?
You talk about Pat's son? I heard,
Yeah.
I just heard what they put on the news, and they just said they saw a man get shot in the back seat or something like that. I didn't go too far with it. I mean, like, ask him or talk to him about it yet. You know, they've been pretty quiet about it.
Did you know Project Pat's son personally?
Nah, I met him a couple of times. He came to, some of them shows with Pat. We did some of them 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, Boo, Chat. When all of us were doing that, I met him. But I didn't really get a chance to bond with him or, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are at the age where your kids now know each other and, congregate with each other, actually do music together sometimes.
Right. For real. It's crazy. It's real crazy because, I don't know how they all got, I guess they are rappers.
Hey, they got good role models.
Well, they really do. I just hope they don't do half of the things we done. And the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. No, 3 6 Mafia was one of the wilder groups out there. You guys were the real rock stars, I think, in the rap world.
Right. I'm trying to tell you, the rap game, yeah. Killing them.
Well, you actually commented about Pat. He said, man, he ain't said nothing about it. Come on, dog. You can't say you're giving your life to God and not stressing what the kids need to hear right now.
Right. If you say you gave your life to God, then, and you really did, not saying he didn't, but I just feel like God put things in your way so you'll be able to express your feelings so other people can hear about it, know about it, see you speaking about it. When you hold stuff in, you get angry. You don't get happier when you hold stuff in. And I just feel like if you gave your life to God, this is something God did for you. You should understand that. It had to be something where they wasn't talking about it, and I said what I said. Hey, I just feel like God is a powerful thing. And Pat, and Pat was saying that that's what he rolling with, and I feel the same way. That's what I'm rolling with. But every challenge that God put in my face, I'm gonna execute it the way I supposed to. What if I say it the wrong way? Charleston White do that all the time. He don't say it the wrong way, but they take it the wrong way. And if he got lowered on his side, I just think he wouldn't let them people put his picture up there with them black gloves on either, because them black gloves symbolize more than just cleaning up.
Well, we're both parents, and people grieve differently when it comes to losing their kids. You went through it. I haven't gone through it, luckily. But people grieve differently. So just because you chose to talk about the loss of your daughter doesn't mean that Pat should be talking about his son if he's not ready to do that yet.
No, you definitely right. I'm not knocking you for that at all, because you are right. But I just feel like it is what it is. I fuck with them to death. Motherfuckers don't fuck with me, but I fuck with them to death. You know, I always fuck with everybody, no matter what. It's just crazy when you don't get the same thing back.
You touched on Project Pat giving his life to God, and he has done some preaching. Now, he said he's not a pastor or a minister, but he said he's open to it. So did he change recently and start doing more preaching?
I know he'd be going to the prisons, and I guess that's just something he was doing because that's where he was. I don't know or whatever, but my calling and my God, trying to make sure the kids are understanding who God is. Well, my grandmama taught me about Jesus. This God word came all of a sudden. So by me being into that all the way, I mean God, Jesus, I just feel like, it should be more. It should be more. You should, especially at these times right here. I understand what you're saying, but at these times right here, it's not about you only. It's more than that. And like you said, he ain't have to talk about it or nothing. I said something. And, I was just hoping. But I said something the last time because, we had a little fallout, me and Pat, because Pat had me to do a song on this album, which was on somebody else's album. And when God brought it around to my attention, he had got $8,000 for the payment and didn't give me a dime. He told me to get on the song for him on his mixtape. And I did that. I'm like, Pat, he's like, I'm not charging you. But, he got $8,000. Them people was about their business, so they reached out to me. And when they did that, they ended up telling me. They ended up telling my manager that I said, they talked to me on the phone and I said, oh, you can have my royalties. You can have my publishing. I don't care nothing about the song. This is supposed to be what I said to them, but I didn't say that. It's like I was telling my manager, how am I just do a whole song for somebody for free and let them get the royalties, the writers, the publishing? No, I would never do that. So I just felt like he did me wrong right there. And, like I do nothing to him. And you take money out of my pocket, you take food out of my mouth, kids and all that, I would have never done that. So I tried to reach out to him so we can do the video with the young cats. And him and Ray just dodged the mess out of, they dodged the mess out of the young man who paid for the little kids song. And at the end, that was a great song. I just didn't understand it. But at the same time, I really did understand what it was. Like, I ended up saying, okay, cool. I guess it wasn't that big to him. And I always tell folks, it really ain't the big things. It's always the small ones.
Well, when you lost your daughter, we talked about it right after it happened, and we talked about it a few other times as well. Where is the case right now? Have they convicted the guy who did it?
They got the dude who did it, like I said the last time we talked about it. They got the dude who did it. But in Memphis, so much been going on where I found out that guy from two more other guys who shot my daughter, they end up, the one of the dudes went to jail, but they let him back out. And they let him out. And yeah, he had 2 murders before. And one of the person, he killed his cousin. You get what I'm saying? So, Memphis just won't hold people in jail, I guess, for murder. I don't know what they got going on, but hey, they let him back out. He been running, so I heard. But they ain't got nothing going on with it. Just like the pretend the Dolph stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you think that Memphis police is racist and that played a role in them not going as hard?
I just think everybody want a little money. And if somebody offer you something, you gonna take it. It's just simple and plain. You know, we all know right now at this time, it's a lot of crazy stuff been going on. I'm like out of the norm. So, you know, hey, somebody offer you some money, I guarantee you gonna take it.
Well, I just want to close out with this and say, rest in peace, Patrick Houston Jr. He was only 21 years old.
Yeah, rest in peace, little bro.
Yeah, only 21. He just got the legal ability to drink. You know, I'm 51 right now. I've gotten 30 more years, and those were some of the best 30 years of my life. I wouldn't trade those 30 for nothing. Yeah. So the fact that that young man lost his life at only 21, I know that's something that Pat is really hurting. My condolences to him. Like I said, I got to interview him. Very nice guy, very honest, cool. Very open. Yeah, and I know he's hurting right now. So my condolences go out to him.
Most definitely. To him and Juicy, because you know Juicy his brother.
Right. Oh, right. Exactly. Oh, I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah. So my condolences to Juicy J, who just lost his nephew.
Right. Well.
Well, you know what's crazy? This was actually just announced today. Too Short's brother just got killed.
What? God.
Yeah.
In Oakland?
Yeah, Too Short's, I believe in the Bay. I guess he had his own dispensary out there.
Yeah.
And I guess they went in there to do a robbery. He ended up dying.
Yep. That's pitiful too. Well, my sister died since I was down here trying to take care of my brother, and just recently I heard that her son died in prison a few days. So it is. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, man, I looked it up. Basically, he was at the store and multiple suspects try to get their way into the store, I guess with a vehicle. I guess they try to ram their car into the store. He exited the property and got confronted by him, and they shot him multiple times.
Man, he shouldn't have understood it, man. Yeah, Too Short. God, that messed up. Too Short.
Yeah, I got to meet him. Yeah, I got to meet him some years and years ago, like before VladTV, when I was at his house in Atlanta. Real cool dude, man. Real low key. Always by Too Short's side. Supporting guy, man. And this happened in Oakland, of all places.
Yeah, you know, they wild in Oakland.
You know, so you got to think, like, Too Short is the king of Oakland when it comes to hip hop.
Yeah, but you know, people are, these younger folks want the wrong brag. They want you to say the wrong happy applause to the wrong things right now. You know what I'm saying? So the respect that he should have had with just him, Too Short, plus his brother, because his brother was, you know what I'm saying, real cool too. A real cool dude. So I don't know, man. It's just been crazy, Vlad. It's been crazy like a fool.
Well, yeah. And Too Short's brother is the 12th murder victim already in Oakland this year.
Yeah.
And it's only the 30th right now. So you got to think that someone's getting killed in Oakland every other day right now.
Man, that's pitiful. But I'm going to tell you, Oakland always been off the chain, dog. They just do all that old, but Oakland always. Me and Paul, a long time ago when we was pretty young, we did a show out there in Oakland, but we did it at the school. In the schools, them little kids had razor blades in their mouth, up under their tongue. And they were showing it to us like, yeah, we too wild. Like we had to sit out there and where they shoot balls and stuff for about an hour. To the kids, they calmed the kids down. But when they let the kids, it was so wild where the kids, they just had, as long as they had just chilled out for a minute, they gonna let them walk around us, shake our hand, take a picture or two, and probably autograph if we didn't care. And the guard of security and shit was like, hell no, get back, cause the kids had razor blades in these. You know what I'm saying? And we like, damn, we talking to them, and the kids like, look, that's why they don't want y'all, pull it. Well, I was like, damn, I don't know if I could have get the razor blade in the mouth.
Yeah, I used to live in Oakland for about 10 years, so I get it. And what's crazy is, like, for example, you heard of In-N-Out Burger?
Yeah.
In-N-Out Burger is a huge chain that started in LA. They started in 1948. They have hundreds of locations all throughout California, Arizona, and so forth. Out of the hundreds, they probably have over 1,000 locations. And the only location they ever closed in the entire history of the company was in Oakland.
In Oakland, yeah, I know.
In Oakland, yeah. Yep. I saw an interview with the owner, because this woman, she owns all of it. Her parents started it, but they died in a an airplane accident. So she inherited the whole company. And she just talked about why she closed it, because she said every day there was an incident, stabbing, shooting, fight, car gets broken into. They call the police. The police take 2 hours to arrive. And she finally just said, my employees are in danger by keeping this location open. So even though it's making money, that's the only time in their history, 80 years. They've been in business for 80 years. And the only time they ever closed any locations was in Oakland.
Was in Oakland, yeah. Them folks wild, I ain't gonna even lie. I feel her pain. I'm glad she was being a real boss. Yeah, she did that. She did the right thing to just let that go. We all over the world, baby. Let's not let this take us down. Way to go.
Yeah. Well, Gangsta Boo's brother is in the feds right now?
Yeah.
So what exactly happened?
Well, I don't know what happened, how he got caught. All I heard about when I was trying to let everybody know what it really was with Gangsta Boo brother. And like I said to him, like, you was wrong. Now, you killed, since you say I'm not from Memphis and you from Memphis, and like I say, you should feel bad about yourself because you did wrong. You killed your sister, and I'm going to say it. And Boo was my friend, so I'm going to take her for dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? And I think, I can't say because I ain't go that far to be looking up what it was, but that cell phone, Boo's cell phone had a lot of incriminating stuff that it was known that he, when the police got their phone, they knew what it was. You get what I'm saying? And he even ran and hide out and whatever it was for a minute. And I just felt like the people who was messing with him, they all was around when Boo got killed, but for them to know what it was and still hang with him like that, that just was wrong. You know what I'm saying? You just know niggas to ride your coattail until you die.
Now, her brother is E. Gutta.
Yeah, E. Gutta.
Okay. Now, Gangsta Boo died from an accidental overdose. Right. Probably fentanyl. I'm thinking.
Yeah. They said she had 7 grams though. Yeah, they said she had 7 grams. So for once, I know how much she was dipping and dabbing, and Boo wasn't a real dipping and dabber. You get what I'm saying? Like me coming back then with me and Lord Elmer, we were like Scarface little cousins. You know what I'm saying? But when Boo started, we quit. I know I did, but when she started, she tuned. She like, and she barely got something on the dollar or on the scoop or whatever it was. She barely had it. So her doing that drug wasn't her doing that drug because she liked that little feeling, I guess. Because she wasn't doing a lot of coke. And the dude she got the coke from, at least that's what I heard, that's somebody they been getting coke from since they been doing it. So we was like, okay, how this happened? E. Gutta told me that he went to the doctor first. Then when I talked to his little friend, he told me he went. So I'm like, how y'all go? And Boo didn't go. Cause y'all just told me y'all did this together. The dude pulled up and gave everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what's the problem? But like I say, I know the inside, I know the real. And I'm not gonna be able to put what I know and how I know from where. I just know that that cell phone told the truth. And people, the real people who you would love to hear this from told me what it was. Told me.
Well, but didn't her brother overdose as well?
Yeah, man, that's gang. You know, in Memphis, we got way more gang than a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? And then a bullshit nigga, he got way more gang because he's sitting there thinking of all this shit. You get what I'm saying? And how he finna fake it. Like, that nigga got in the ambulance, Vlad, went to the hospital, came back. I'm finna tell you some game. Like, when you catch a nigga dope on the porch, mailman said it, and you go steal it, and you ain't tough or whatever, you're junkie or whatever, you got to play like you almost died. You get what I'm saying? When they come looking for their stuff. So his game was just because he went to the hospital and jumped in the ambulance and got this band. Oh, I died too. I almost died too. No, nigga. You fed your sister this coke that you knew had fentanyl in it. You know what I'm saying? And Boo was scared. Listen to me, Black. She was scared to do that dollar. You hear me? But when she got to my auntie house and chilled out, because, man, her and my auntie, they buddies. You know what I'm saying? So when she got that, she felt comfortable with her enough to just try. So I guarantee you she was over there. So one time she went on and did it hard. You get what I'm saying? But the whole story is that he did this. He gave her this. Where it came from, because there was other people around. You get what I'm saying? They did that. They went up to 8 Ball and MJG look concert that day. So, it just was like, it was too much stuff that I heard. I can't say what nobody else heard, but probably the police and the folks who I can't talk about. But yeah, he did that shit. He did that shit for real. And I'm not gonna just wish jail on somebody. I'm not gonna try to get this man locked up if I didn't hear it from the right source. I would have rolled with Boo no matter what, but I wasn't been getting her little brother. Her little brother, I used to buy that nigga shoes, clothes, try to get him fresh for school. You know what I'm saying? But like I told him, Boo was my friend. You killed my friend. So I can't show you that love. That's how niggas get the back door open on them.
Well, we recently lost Rich Homie Quan as well.
Yeah.
And
I was mad.
I actually did Quan's first interview. This was like over, oh my God, this is like 2013. It's probably like
him and Boo was cool. Him and Boo was cool.
Yeah, man, I've always liked Quan. Like, me and him always kept in touch. We did multiple interviews. We've had, just private conversations along the way. He was going through it because they're kind of putting his name in the whole YSL trials. And he was kind of stressed out over that because, what he told me before he passed, and I kept it quiet because, I gave him my word I wouldn't say anything. But now that he's passed, I could talk about it.
Right.
He felt that whole situation was because Young Thug wanted him to sign, and he didn't want to sign to YSL. And then, Donovan Nut Thomas got between it, and then, that's when all the violence happened and everything else like that. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but ultimately, with his name being in the paperwork in terms of not cooperating, but, being one of the alleged victims, he was stressed out. He didn't want to take the stand. He didn't want to get involved. And I always kept the story quiet. So I'm thinking that he's probably stressed out. He's stressed out. And when you're stressed out, sometimes you start taking drugs to deal with it.
Sometimes you go back to drugs.
Yeah.
You go back to drugs.
Go back to drugs.
Yeah, you go back.
Right.
That back to drugs is a little worse than just doing drugs. Because back to drugs, you going back and you looking for this urge that, you know, ain't really worth it after you find it. You get what I'm saying? So, but you gonna search for it. You gonna search for it. Yeah, I was mad at that because him and Boo was cool too. She was calling me every time she was hanging with him. Said, man, he wants you on some stuff, Crunch. He wants you on some stuff. And it wasn't about the stuff or me getting on some of his music. It was just every time he and Boo was hanging out, they always called me and said that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of rappers will say shit and won't mean it at all. You get what I'm saying? Just to get out your face. But Quan was real. Quan was real. I couldn't believe that shit. I was just looking at this nigga. I was like, damn. He had the little young dude to come and see, go through his house. And yeah. And I was like, that little young dude cold. I like his ass. And then I was like, nah, I catch him because I'm going to be down there fucking with him. And all of a sudden they said this shit. I was like, damn, what the fuck going on? I'm just like these fucking drugs. And it's crazy to hear me in my power. It's crazy to hear me even say some shit like that. Drugs. These fucking drugs. But grown. You get grown, you get to know when the shit really, really wrong.
Yeah, in 2025, if you're still doing street drugs, you were really gambling with your life.
Man, like a mother.
I was in Atlanta last year, and I was doing an interview with this artist. I don't want to say who it is, you know, because I don't want him tied to the story.
Right.
But we did the interview, and some other guys were in the room. He left the room, and those two guys were like, "Oh, Vlad, we're big fans. You want some cocaine?" And I'm like, no, I don't want any cocaine, man. I don't know, y'all. Listen, I don't do cocaine, period. I've never tried it. But if I were to ever try it, it wouldn't be with two random guys I met in the studio.
Right. I'm telling you, man.
That would not be that wouldn't be my introduction. That wouldn't be my introduction to it, you know?
No, yeah, I feel you. Come on.
Yeah, but I was just stunned. I was stunned. And they were like, are you sure? I said, yes, I'm sure. I'm good.
And then they try to force it on you, then. Goddamn cokeheads. Goddamn cokeheads. Don't want to do it by themselves, so they want to put it on everybody else.
Yeah, man. I just feel, look, like back in the day, you might get some that's a little too pure.
Right.
And you might OD off that. But these days, you know people are cutting with, and sometimes you don't know because it's been stepped on so many times. By the time the street guys get it, the street dealers get it, they don't know what the hell's in it. No one's testing it. No one knows what's going to happen.
That's a lie, Blad.
And now
that's a lie. They know. Really? That's a lie. And I'm gonna say it on your shit for you. That's a lie. Them know that they when they buy the and the dealer that they get how much coke they get, that dealer always say, hey, I got fentanyl. You wanna try it? You wanna mix it with your stuff? Always. You get what I'm saying? So they know. Some motherfuckers are just so greedy about money where they're bad in the world if they could. You can easily say, no, I ain't doing the fentanyl. You know, they're real good. My customers love that. Shit. They don't know when they get fentanyl. I promise you, because you can make a mistake and touch it and probably die. So you don't think folks know? Yeah, they know. They lying if they said that. But they know.
I remember when I interviewed Turk a while back from the Hot Boys, and you know he had a drug addiction at one point, mostly. And he used to tell me that when someone in the neighborhood, you would think that people would say, okay, let me stay away from that. But it's actually the opposite. People actually chase after the stuff that killed that person because they want that high that's close to death. Is that true?
Yeah, I think that's what it is for most folks. I really do, because you like I was saying, if the user go to the and buy that, the house would probably ask the user, I got fentanyl. Or the user might say, you got some. They want more fentanyl. But what's that saying to you? That's saying they trying to die. They want to get out of here, Glad. They gotta go. So that's what they doing. I just feel like I said, my sister just died. A few months ago. Jess. And then her son 2 days ago just died in prison. So, you know, I actually know close up again. I guess I'm better from the hood. I be around a lot of hood shit. It just happened. I'm talking about it just happened. And, you know, saying things that ain't gonna help them. I swear, I begged my sister. Like, nigga, I'm getting this money. I want to give you some money. I want you to be able to be, you know, better than what you is. But my brother said no. He said, don't do it. You're going to be the one to kill her. I said, I feel bad not doing something for her and doing everything for you. He's like, bruh, you know what she going to do. So every day I used to try to give her ass to, I'm like, nigga, I know you on this shit. I just feel like shit, I needed to pull God out of every time she came around. Hoping that one of these words I say that she'll take heed to. Even telling her that I quit, just quit it. So if I feel like if I can do it, anybody can do it. But that's a lie, because everybody ain't got the willpower that I got. Everybody don't understand lying to yourself and quiet time or whatever is not what I do. If I say something to myself, then I'm going to do it. Simple and plain. And if I have to do it hard, like really be on it, I refuse to lie to myself.
So, did your sister?
I would call it, you know, anything you do and you have fentanyl in real life, excuse me, that's whether you took a $20 rock down or a 10-pack of, it's overdosing when you do. And, you know, I was, like I said, I was trying my best. I was trying. God didn't give me the right words to say.
So then her son died in prison 2 days later. What was that about?
2 days later, I mean, not 2 days later, 2 days ago in prison, he had did, what he do out? He been in prison since he's 17, since he was 17, and he like fought his, damn near fought it. And it's so crazy that he was booming in jail. You hear me? I'm talking, he been the man in this joint. Anytime I talk to him, we always on video, and he never spoke up doing his supply. So in real life, we feel like something else happened. But what can we do? That's jail. Nobody runs jail but the jail. So they're not going to tell us the real story. They're not going to, none of that. My niece, she had been talking to him. And she called me and she's like, I really don't want to tell you, and I don't want to be the one to keep coming with bad news. But he just passed in jail. And I'm like, what? And then he had 2 or 3 more years left. So you think he was all this time selling, talking about selling in jail, and then 2 or 3 years, he got 2, 3 more years left, and he'd been back out here with his mind up, and this nigga was sending money home from jail. So I knew he wasn't doing no coke. I knew he wasn't dipping and dabbing. And just to be this close to get out of that fucking place and kill and die. But like I said, they say it was overdose. But a dude that my niece was talking to get to the phones through my nephew, and she said he died of drugs. I don't know whatever. And we waiting on a little autopsy right now. Monday we'll have it so we can know exactly what it was. But I don't think it was that. I talked to a couple of the guys up in there, and they like, yeah, we getting this money together so we can send it to her. And woo, 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 woo. I'm like, no, it's all good. Just let us get this stuff dealt with. And then, whatever he was doing for you, we'll still do it. You get what I'm saying? Because you still in jail and maybe he was an outlet for you. So we still would do it for you. And the guys told me, like, that's what happened. But at the same time, they said, that ain't what happened. You know what I'm saying? So we'll hear about it. One day I'll be back on here to tell you exactly what happened.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry for your loss. Just a lot of loss.
Yeah. That's all I'm trying to get them to see. Not walking around here like I'm Superman.
Yeah, especially with a lot of younger people. It's like we all work to get out of the environments that we grew up in to get to a certain point so our kids don't have to go through the same things that we went through. Right. They could be in a better space.
Right.
But sometimes they end up following our footsteps and doing the same mistakes that we do.
Right. That's why I got my kids, I'm talking to them. It ain't no such thing as can't be your friends. I mean your kids' best friend. You can do that, but you got to do it the right way. If you want to be a best friend, then there's some things best friends have to tell them. You get me? Simple and plain.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Young Dolph case. Since our last interview, Justin Johnson, a.k.a. Straight Drop, got sentenced to life for the murder of Young Dolph.
Right. Pitiful. This,
and
I had bought a lot of, what is it? Bass Pro stuff. This hat from Bass Pro, because, that nigga did that. And, I just felt like in all my videos I've been doing the Bass Pro stuff. Just keeping their awareness of where everything was coming from in real life.
Well, that whole situation is a mess. Multiple people arrested, multiple people doing time. And then, since our last interview, when the trial actually happened, you heard about Big Juke allegedly putting money on people's heads. And then Big Juke got killed in front of his mother.
Right.
Leaving a funeral.
Yeah.
So you got tragedy happening on both sides of this beef.
Right. That shouldn't have never happened. But it only happened
no
because...
winners here.
Right.
There's no winners. Everyone's losing. Nobody's happy about what happened. And I'll be honest, I've talked to a lot of people. I've done a lot of investigations. I've tried to go on the internet and look at videos and so forth. And I can't completely understand what that beef is over.
Yeah. That shit was, I took it as, from what Dolph was putting out there, it was about the baby mama situation. But if you look at the whole situation like they got it on YouTube, you'll know Gotti, Dolph, Black Youngster, Moneybag Yo, the Triller little kid guys and the other little guys, all them used to be with each other. These niggas got pictures of them young with each other. So it ended up, you got to always understand, if the man cannot be a man, and if the boy is not a man, he's always going to go at the problem the wrong way. So, Dolph said, I fuck your baby mama with the woo. When I first heard of Gotti like going crazy when he was younger, I was in Fraser. That's where his mama moved to, where all of us moved out there. In Fraser, Rolling Hill. And it just, I heard Gotti had did this song. I fuck your baby mama, and if I fuck your baby mama, I'll tell you about it. And when Gotti said it, everybody was going crazy. But when Dolph said it, it hurt his folks' feelings. So if anything that you can do, and then it come back around, and this is that coming back around, you got to accept it like a man. If you don't accept it like a man, you do what you just did or just had done. Because, man, they can sing all that bullshit they want to sing, Niggas just got to learn how to be 100. You ain't being 100. That man was being 100. He was taking care of, really taking care of families. Not just saying that shit because it sounds good. He was doing it up under that radar. So, I just feel like he was the king of Memphis. Simple and plain, I learned the king take care of the castle. Everybody inside them walls.
Yeah. And, when I hear the story, the way you tell it, and it's about somebody's baby mother, It always surprises me because if someone slept with your baby mother or your girlfriend or your wife, that's because she wanted to do it.
That's because she wanted to do it. I said, all hoes going. Don't let them fool you. Simple and plain. And if your hoe
That's what I'm saying.
If your hoe going, you can't get mad at the man. For what?
Right.
Why is you get mad at the man? Then you showing your real self that you're not a man at all. You can barely take pain. You know what I'm saying? Come on, stop playing with yourself. Like that little black dude with the braid. Stop playing with me.
No, man, look, unless you raped her,
right.
She wanted to do it.
She wanted to do it.
If you rape somebody, then okay, I understand the anger. And, at that point, you should call the police. Or she should call the police.
Right.
Take a rape kit, file charges, put him in prison. But if she gave him the pussy, why are you mad at him? You would have done the same thing.
What was the killing part about it? This nigga say he did couple baby mamas. He did, man. I'm like, this nigga crazy. I like the dog, man, because, men don't do that enough. Boast and have that much pride to be able to move around like he was doing. It's just the other team had a bunch of other players that niggas didn't have. You get what I'm saying? They had a whole bunch of different players that, wore outfits and stuff like that. But, like I said, I fuck with Dolph. I bought some blue diamonds. And I'm waiting on my Dolph piece to come. You know what I'm saying? My little Dolph. Because I fuck with that man, dog. Grove Hero said the other day, he said, in an interview, he said, how can this man be dead and all his people is up? They doing wonderful. They smiling. They taking care of each other. They doing a lot of stuff. That's the game that you should have been playing if you wanted to be a boss, whoever. You don't leave nobody out hang dry just because you mad over something that you did. Most of the time, people get mad at you because you speaking on what they done to you, and they don't want nobody to hear you.
Look, like you said, PRE is still up. Key Glock is still doing his thing. But I just want to touch on what you talked about in terms of people messing with each other as baby mamas and stuff like that. I always think of my man T.K. Kirkland's words. He said, "It's not your pussy, it's just your turn."
Right, I'm telling you. No, he's right. Kirk is right. Kirk is right like a motherfucker.
You don't own that vagina, man. That is hers. And if she fucking with you, then enjoy your time.
Yeah,
it may not last forever. Enjoy the time, and then someone else's turn.
Right,
and then they go enjoy their time.
Yeah, niggas used to bang the nigga bras all the time. So if you bang my bra, I ain't finna kill you. I ain't finna make a song about your ass. You hear me? I'm just gonna let her know that I know and it's all good. What can I do?
Right.
What do you want me to do? Tie your pussy up? I don't know how to do that. Put them little panties on you and put a lock on it or some shit. She'll bust through that junk. A nigga will bust through that junk trying to get that cat. It's just crazy. I just do not understand. I don't understand men anymore. Because, I can say, I don't understand the ones that say they real, the ones that say they a real man, and all that. and let a woman get you killed. Let a woman cross you up. Let a woman stab you in your back. You know what I'm saying? If most of your niggas doing that around you talking about other shit, then guess what? Most of their girls is too. So soon you see her at the store, and you really ain't got to see her at the store. Cause you can go on Instagram and you say something to her, she ain't gonna tell you this nigga could come over your house every day, but she ain't gonna say, yeah, you know, he be in my inbox or my DM. She love it. So why is men constantly getting killed over pussy? If I can say it like that.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of guys. I remember I used to ask this question for a few months, and I used to ask dudes that have been to prison what percentage of men that they were locked up with was there because of a woman. Like somewhere in that story, there's a woman at the heart of the problem. And I heard anywhere between 60 to 80%.
Yeah, right. I believe that. Because I sit back a lot of times and I look, like people do stuff and they want me to react a certain way. But how am I gonna act because you fucked up? What, I'm gonna kill myself? I'm gonna go crazy? Well, I'm gonna go buy a whole bunch of more shoes so you can look cute with her when she, no, leave that shit alone, dog. I just feel like a nigga better start back being men because, you know, that ain't your girl, man. That is not your girl, that's my girl. Preacher said it the best. She's everybody's girl. And I hate to say it. Yeah, I hate to say it. That's for a lot of women right now. Everybody's girl.
Yeah, and that's fine. If that girl wants to make that decision, she wants to sleep with different dudes and all that, that's fine. And you probably already know that she's that type when you're messing with her.
Right. She got to be that type.
It's usually not a surprise.
Yeah, she got to be that type. It's
just your ego.
Yeah, she got to be that type of me. Or ain't no sense for us fucking around. You get what I'm saying? I don't want, don't get me wrong, I ain't getting the raw or dog ass hole no more, but I don't want, I ain't gonna play that game with you. I'm gonna let you know I know, even if he said, no, why is you asking him when I'm around or whatever? Because, you know, hoes will do a lot of shit to cross you up so she can still fuck him, you, there, you know what I'm saying? They gonna do it. So that's the realest conversation that I can say men need to start back having with each other. No, women start saying, show your emotions, show them. That nigga, everybody gay. Look at Diddy now. How many niggas was gay in that crowd? That was crazy. I'm talking about that was crazy. And I'm glad Paul never had me at no Diddy parties. It probably wouldn't work for me anyway. I've been in there tapping niggas' ass, robbing everybody in that motherfucker, trying to get that little money, get the hell out of there before 12. And they said the late night shit was on. It was going down. But I don't know if Megan Thee Stallion was in there. Even Gorilla Land right now, I probably would have been in that motherfucker. But I wouldn't have been in there with them niggas, dog. A nigga come in with some wax on his finger, with the baby oil and trying to rub on it. They said Diddy would rub that shit on motherfuckers. They were loose. I mean, like... I'm like, what the fuck? But I know what he had in there. When I was in Vegas, and I was hanging with all my white fans, all my white friends in Vegas, they used to have this little shit. And they'll pour it in a little capsule and you drink it. But it's the same shit Diddy put in the shit. You get what I'm saying? The calamine, that little shit. And it didn't, if you drink it a lick, just a capsule, it had your dick hard. You rammed everybody in that building to death, for real. So that's what Diddy was doing it for. You don't remember? You got to think about it. That nigga was in the pictures with everybody with their shirt off. And it wasn't nothing but men. I'm talking about too much. I'm glad. I just think this shit went the wrong way. It always been going wrong, but men, come on. I don't understand it, Vlad. I don't understand it.
All right. So let's talk about Diddy since you brought him up. So since last time that we talked, Diddy is now in a federal holding facility. He's facing RICO, sex trafficking, and they're saying that worst case, he's going to do life in prison.
Right.
No bail.
Right.
Are you surprised?
No, I ain't surprised. I don't lie, dog. When it came to the kids, that's how you know they was doing wrong. Cause how hard it is to say I like men, and how hard it is to say I like men at this time. Everybody out the damn closet. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, when they did the kids, I felt like they were doing the saying all about the kids shit. I just feel like their ass need to be locked up. Their ass and whoever else ass they gonna get, they need to hurry the fuck up. Cause they moving too damn slow. The world gonna be over in a minute, the way they moving. And then they leaving these folks in jail and ain't no workers there. You know that? It's people in
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's people in jail. I mean, prison. And ain't no workers there. I saw somebody put up on you. It could have been YouTube, or it could have been Instagram, where I saw some guys arguing with each other. No security in this building, but they was on a ship. You could tell by how the shit was in the roof. And these niggas right here, and it's a pole, and then other niggas over there, but they just arguing. Nobody did nothing. So I just said to myself when I saw this shit, I said, how stupid was y'all? You niggas ain't even learn how to de-escalate, or whatever you call it, bullshit. So now y'all in jail, nobody did stop y'all, and nobody doing nothing. Y'all just hollering like, ah. Nigga, you could have stayed out of jail for this and been somebody. I just don't understand. One thing I am puzzling with, because I say I'm a real nigga. No matter what somebody else might say, I say things that I say. A lot of people, like Boo said, a lot of folks want to say it. They too fucking scared. Men do not supposed to be scared. Movies ain't even scared no more. Nigga jumping before the girl. They're like, what the fuck? You got a gun, you gonna kill everybody in this motherfucker because you scared. For real. I just don't understand it, but did them wrong. I hope all their ass go to jail. I mean, stay in that motherfucker, because that shit wasn't right, dog. That shit wasn't right. I don't know, I probably would have killed some motherfuckers if they did some shit like that to one of my daughters, or caught them at that. My daughter didn't want that stupid though. Yeah, they look that stupid. Yeah. My daughter Kelsey's buying land. She's getting. Yeah, my daughter Kelsey, she on her shit though. My man on his shit. SOE Black. And my other son over there with his cousin, Moneybag Yo name, Billy Boy Black. You know, everybody getting a piece of whatever we supposed to get a piece of in this world. And I'm trying my best to not have another kid to get killed. So I'm sticking around like a motherfucker. Even if I'm mad at their ass, you gonna still stick around me. You ain't gonna go out there and be a damn fool. We got rap. We got a lot of other shit. Let's just try to do it right. I stopped doing coke. That's the first thing I learned. Like, nigga, I don't do coke. You know, my son, they look at me and all day they like, Daddy, you is so funny. They're like, nigga, you so funny. I'm like, what in the fuck I be doing? They say I go viral, all stuff. I don't even be knowing. I just like to tell the damn truth. I just like to tell the truth.
Well, when you saw the video of Diddy attacking Cassie in that hotel hallway, what'd you think?
I like that day when Boosie saw that man talking bad to that little girl. Remember Boosie said, nigga, I was. I'm like, dog, that's how I felt. If I would have walked down the hall and saw this nigga in a towel trying to beat up a girl, I didn't have to know who she was. It's just when niggas like us like Boo said, we don't give bullshit niggas a chance to be a bullshit nigga in front of us. Nowhere in hell you gonna be able to do that. So you better look at the jury or look at the blackness and say, I can't do this around this nigga. This nigga real black. He gonna say something. We ain't accepted anything. Niggas who accept anything, they gonna say, yeah, they gonna accept anything.
I mean, when you were still with the group and you guys were doing your tours and runs and everything, were you ever around Diddy?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I only got to see that nigga 3 times being in Vegas. When I was in Vegas, you know, he always came and did little shows and shit up and around there, but I didn't really know him. I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? I know Boo called me one day at the Diddy party. I was kind of jealous till I found out what they were doing. I was mad as I was kind of jealous. Like, damn, Boo, you at Diddy party? Jay-Z now? I was kind of jealous, but since I see they were down there booty bumping, I'm like, let me get the fuck up on this. I'm feeling like I'm a real man. You know what I'm saying? That's booty. I don't even want no booty. And that's what they got niggas getting. You know, do booty with the girl, and then it feels so good to you. Now you want to do booty with a guy. I don't understand it. There's too many women, and they going right now. It's like a hamburger can get them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm just telling you the under of God too. A hamburger can get them. So white niggas going crazy.
Well, right now, A$AP Rocky is going through his trial.
I just saw that. I love A$AP. Cause you know A$AP, he do all his music damn like 3-6. You know what I'm saying? And
no, you're right. Their music actually, I feel, borrows from the 3-6 Mafia, the slow down, the way the beats are put together. It's real Memphis style. Yep. Yeah, you're right, 100%.
And I clicked on the somebody's page on Instagram, and I saw him in there. Some dude saying that he pulled the gun up and he said, "Nigga, you better come on, man." Like that lawyer was saying. Nigga, you provoked that. You get what I'm saying? You were provoked him to pull the gun up, to point it at you and all that. Stop playing. Like that little black dude. Stop playing. Man, shut up. You know I wrote, it's hot out here. That nigga right there crazy, motherfucker. But yeah, dog, come on. It's just crazy as hell.
Well, let me break down the case for you, and for everyone who's listening right now. So basically, A$AP Rocky and A$AP Relly were friends since, I don't know, high school or something like that. A situation happened where one of their friends died in a different state, and I guess Rocky said that he would pay for the body to get shipped back to New York for the funeral. And then he didn't do that, and that caused some friction and so forth. So they met up to talk about it in LA. Argument happened, they started shoving each other, and then Rocky pulled out a gun, allegedly, and shot at Relly, and the whole thing is caught on video and so forth. And Relly went and pressed charges, and he actually took the stand. They called him A$AP Telly instead of A$AP Relly. They called him
Way to go, y'all.
A$AP Telly.
That was a good one. That was a good one,
A$AP. Yeah. A$AP Telly.
Yeah, that nigga snitch.
But what's interesting, though, in this case is Rocky, in the worst case, is facing 24 years. Now, he got a plea deal to do 180 days in county jail, 3 years of probation, and a 7-year suspended prison sentence, and he turned it down.
He did?
Now he's facing 24 years in the worst case.
Niggas just don't understand. Hey, man, don't play tough. Go ahead and do that little shit and get back out here with your kids and your wife and all that, cause being stupid trying to act like, nigga, I didn't do nothing. Nigga, yes, you did. You pulled the gun and you shot it, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So, I love this guy right here. I don't know why he just did that stupid stuff. Take the shit and get on about your business, cause you don't want to be in jail that long and here go Chris Brown trying to slide back over there. You don't want that. You want to, yeah, you know, that's what men supposed to do. They supposed to take care of the family or their immediate family. And you don't leave them folks for nothing. You feel what I'm saying? If that girl get a ball, if your baby mama get another baby daddy, guess what? Nigga, we friends. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm going to have to buy you something to eat. I'm going to have to buy them something to eat. And I know I'm going to buy clothes for them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to walk in here and get him a whole bunch of clothes and shoes and shit. And the other kids don't get none. Because they ain't my kids. Shit, I'm getting them kids something, dog. I'm not doing that bullshit. I don't give a fuck about niggas like that. Well, no, I can't say like that because we talk about ASAP. That's my nigga, I promise. But he needs to take that little bullshit. That's bullshit. He'll be back out.
Well, right, because 180 days in LA County Jail is probably going to be 3 months. They'll let you out early because of the overcrowding.
Yeah, he couldn't have knew that, though. Yeah,
it's 3 months. And here's the wild part, right? So, you know, he's got one of these high-profile lawyers. You know, he represented Trump before. So a day before jury selection, A$AP Rocky's lawyer brought up a witness, you know, who's a friend of Rocky's, who says that the gun that was used was a starter pistol, wasn't a real gun.
Oh.
That's the defense.
Yeah. But do they got the gun that they said he shot? Possibly.
But what's to say that starter pistol is the same gun that was in the video? I mean, it's hard to prove. And here's the thing, like A$AP Rocky has and this is hard to get in LA, he has a concealed carry permit and he has legal guns at home. So, you know, the prosecution's gonna say, okay, so you have a real gun, you have a carry permit, you go to meet someone that you got a problem with, but you're gonna bring a starter pistol? What sense does that make?
Yeah. But like, we get all this money. Well, they got all this money, and they don't use their fucking head for nothing no more, though. I'm not gonna get money and go be the asshole that I'm being all this time. You get what I'm saying? I'm only still that asshole because, you know, I ain't getting but, you know, it's all good. It's all good. I can't.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. Do your little 3 months, get back out there with Rihanna and your kids, go back to your career. Yeah, you might lose a few sponsorships, whatever. Who cares? Your girl is a billionaire.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. You got a career.
Yeah, you can take the loss of what your wife done she had to take losses for a lot of different shit with the mother folks on the other side. And cause I heard Rihanna's song was talking about Diddy up under the monster up under my bed. What's the name of that song? She said
Monster. Oh, the song with Eminem?
No, that was Eminem. Oh, it was with Eminem. Her and Eminem. I know Eminem did one, but they were saying
yeah, there's a song called Monster, which is Eminem featuring Rihanna.
That's Eminem, but you know, she did what's the name of this? She did a song where she was saying, "There's a monster in my." Is that both of them? Yeah, I can't remember, but they said it. I've been on YouTube and I heard them say that I wouldn't leave my girl and my kids out here bullshitting with the way the world is right now. I just wouldn't do it. I'd take that little time and go ahead. Good lawyer, meaning you gonna get me the best time I can get out of this shit and be back out there. I would have just went for it.
Man, listen, 180 days, I would take that. Me, right now, at my age, with my money, 180 days, that's doable. Now, if you talk about 3-4 years, okay, we got to fight that out.
I'm telling you,
but 180 days, all right, I take 3 months out of my life and just chill. They'll put me in PC somewhere. Yeah, go ahead, just do that time, come back, and you're done.
Yeah, because I ain't been...
24 years.
Yeah, 2 or 4 years, I've been crazy too. I did 11 months in all. 11 months. And that shit, my boy, I ain't trying to get back out there and hang around these motherfucking fools for nothing. I ain't doing another 11 months when I know me being out here is more valuable than me sitting up there thinking about some shit that I could have did. So now I think he needs to just go ahead and tell that lawyer, can you get them folks back on this last deal so I can get the hell out of this shit? Because he got that money, like you said, with the money and the bag up. He got a woman, a good one. Think she gonna let this nigga be in there with no commissary and shit? You think she gonna not make sure he get a phone? Shit, they should be able to help a motherfucker all the way out, cause they the Illuminati too, ain't it?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, man.
that was
It's
just, I was
interesting
just joking. I was just trying to see what you gonna say. But yeah, I would just took that shit.
Man, look, and I went through the transcripts, and it seemed like the judge was trying to convince him to take the plea deal. Because, basically the judge said, all right, you understand that you don't know the way the jury's going to go. If it doesn't go your way and you're convicted, this is a serious crime and you'll go straight into custody. And he goes, yes, Your Honor, I know. And he said, your celebrity status, you having kids with Rihanna, it's not going to help you, but it's not going to hurt you, but it's not going to help you.
You're right.
You're going to be in this courtroom, and if you get convicted, you'll get a significant amount of time because you're facing 24 years.
And then
he goes, yes, Your Honor, I understand. He goes, okay, so you don't want the plea deal? He goes, no, Your Honor. He goes, okay, then that takes care of it. So on, forward with the court.
Yeah, I hope he beat it, but boy. And then he had them little things in his head, them little things like he got finger waves right now. Yeah, he shouldn't even went to court like that. I'm talking about niggas are just doing too much out here. And I love this guy, so let me shut up, because people I love, I ain't gonna be doing all that shit. I don't want to be acting like.
Well, Lil Durk is now sitting in a federal holding facility for a murder for hire, along with 5 other co-defendants. And look, let me just say this, right? I used to always say in my interviews that if you got beef, all you got to do is go to a different state. Go to a totally different part of the country, because no one's crazy enough to get on a plane and go kill you in a different state. But I was proven wrong, because according to federal prosecutors, 5 people got on planes using Lil Durk's credit card, flew to LA, stayed in a hotel paid by Lil Durk's credit card. One of them flew in on a private jet with Durk. There's, they have credit card receipts, they have video footage, they have witnesses now that are cooperating. And now Durk is facing life in prison.
Mine.
If he gets convicted. All out of, really, this seems like it comes from the whole, beef between him and NBA Youngboy and the, King Von getting killed by Quando Rondo's guy. And, I interviewed Lil Tim, the guy who killed King Von.
I saw that,
And I said, you didn't do anything wrong. I expect my security to do the same thing if I got jumped on by someone like that.
Right. Once upon a time, we was in Detroit, me, Paul Juicy, I think Coop was still with us, and Lord, maybe he was with us, but when I peeped some shit out when we was getting sound check in Detroit, and I peeped some guys peep off in the little building, come in, walk around, and then go get 2 more other guys, and me peeping them out, seeing them moving like they were moving. I didn't say nothing. I just got in the right position. But I made Paul fire the security, because the security was trying to. They didn't catch this shit. And then when they did catch it, I'm about to damn near whoop some niggas, because I'm like, how y'all think y'all gonna just walk in here up on them like that? You know what I'm saying? So I told Paul this, if I'm paying them folks, send them niggas home. Them ain't no security. I need you to be for me 100%. If I'm paying you for my life. I ain't paying you to just walk around me look like a big ass grizzly bear. I need you to really do something. If that's got to be that. Me and Paul and them, though, we fight. We jacked a lot of folks around this motherfucker. That's another reason why that group was so strong, because we all fighted when it was a fight. Then none of us bitch out. But that nigga who they let play choices, Choices one, that red dude, Paul done got in a fight, and that red dude was standing up there just looking at Paul wrestle with a nigga. I would have never done that. I'd have gotten that nigga. Paul said he was, well, Paul said, yeah, he said it. He had dude in a headlock, and dude had him in a headlock, like. But Paul said he watching this nigga look dead at him when him and dude fall. They said when the shit was all over with, everybody clothes, platinum chains, rings, and everything were broke and snatched off the neck. This Paul said this nigga had on the same shit and it was needed that he was. He said that nigga was still clean. Everybody else, Big Bill, everybody else. Shit was fucked up. Shirts and clothes and all that. This nigga standing up there. I always say red niggas ain't on, they don't always shake nothing. You get what I'm saying? The reason why women so hard on black, I mean men, period, I guess, because red niggas be in the mirror too long. They baby, let me take you out, and they still in the bathroom. I'm just saying, a black dude ain't going through all that. We getting ourselves groomed. That groom gonna be that. We ain't come to jump in no damn mirror and trying to beat the girl at her thing. I just don't know. Niggas crazy these days.
Yeah, look, I don't know how someone like Durk could get to the level he got to, being one of the top rappers, songs with everyone, with Kanye, with Drake, on and on. He's doing stadiums in Chicago to try to be some sort of, kingpin and have dudes do a bunch of stuff, just because he's got money now. It all comes back to him.
It came all the way back.
You're supposed to, at that point, you're supposed to say, look, I'm too big to touch any of this shit. And in fact, and I've always said this, when you get to a certain point, you should really stop having criminals in your circle.
Right.
I'm not talking about people that used to do crimes.
Right. No, you dead.
Listen,
right.
I got a lot of very close friends that have done a lot of prison time, that have even killed people. I'm cool with all that, but their life is different now.
Right.
But if we're hanging out and you leave and you go rob somebody or you go scam or you go shoot somebody, I don't want you around me. I don't want to be driving around with you and you have a gun with a body on it. Right. You get pulled over, you throw it in the back seat, and now I gotta explain it's not my gun. Like, I don't want that. Like, I want to be around people that are legal. And if you put yourself around people that are still doing crimes, it will eventually come back to you. Like Quando Rondo, like I did one of his last interviews before he got locked up. And, he accepted 33 months for a Fed case, but it really looked like a bunch of the dudes around him was doing a bunch of stuff. They were rolling 60s and so forth. And they just, because they looked at him as a leader, even though he was a music person, right. He was making all his money legally, they got him caught up in what other people were doing. And now 33 months, I mean, that's like what, 2.5 years, 2 3/4 years? It's not a long time, but it's not a time anyone wants to do, especially if they didn't do anything.
And there's not a lot of time that a nigga want to do. I keep on stressing at this time, because there's a lot of things that going on at this time that you wouldn't want to be in jail for this. No, I felt like when I was watching a lot of Durk, I felt like Durk let the fans fool him. He let the fans run his relationship with what was going on with people they ain't even supposed to knew about. And like you said, if I'm doing what he was doing, if I was like that, you got to learn to leave shit alone. You got to learn to not hang around certain people. Because that's how I'm surviving. I'm not hanging around certain people. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not allowing my son, my cousin, nobody come around me and bring me the devil to me. You get what I'm saying? Bring me them demons or bring me that bullshit they say that it's supposed to bring with you. And you can let your son in the house, but what if he got a demon in him? Now you got something in your house that's tearing up your house. Got everybody going crazy. So you're right, yes. I don't know why they doing this. And anybody get a chance to hang with Kanye West and really talk to this man, you'll know, you can see the vision then. You get what I'm saying? And long as you can see the vision, it's not hard for you to go get it. You just gotta want to do it. I think he was wrong. He shouldn't have did that. He shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, I remember I heard an interview with Suge Knight a while ago, and he said that your enemies are a lot less dangerous than your friends. Because your enemies can't borrow your car. Your enemies can't go into your house. Your enemies can't do something right under your nose with you not knowing it. Your friends could do that. And most times, and I've seen this for myself, man, people that I was close to have done way more damage to me than people who I considered my so-called enemies.
Right. I could say the same thing. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing about your circle. You got a bunch of people in your circle they're not at your level, that are doing crimes, that are doing things, and you know about it.
And you know about it, but you ain't gonna
know about it. Listen,
out.
You got your friend, he's got no job, and he pulling up in a new car, he got jewelry on. It's like, okay, like, he's not a rapper, he's not a producer,
right
he doesn't have a business that you know about. You know where that money's coming from. Come on.
Right.
You know, so go ahead and roll the dice. And like I said, all the damage, the most money I've lost was from people that were close to me, not from people that I had internet beef with or whatever else. Those people haven't done nothing to me.
Right. Nah, I feel
Yeah. No, it's all the people that I've allowed to be around me, those have been problematic. So everyone's listening to this. At one point, you got to grow up. And just because this was your day one at one point and so forth, doesn't mean that you have to stay with them forever. Because sometimes it's better that you cut certain people off.
No, you got to. If you're trying to grow, you're going to have to. There's no way around that. If you don't, then yes, you're going where you say that where everybody want to go, to jail. And then it's crazy when you say, I'm not doing this no more, but hanging around that same fool, and now y'all all caught up on some shit, like you said. Yeah.
Look, I interviewed Michael Vick, right? And remember, he had that whole situation when he had all his friends in one of his homes, and they were having pit bull fights, and he ended up going to prison, going bankrupt, losing all his endorsements, his Nike deal. He lost his football contract, obviously, everything else like that. Now, luckily, he didn't get too much time, and he was still in good shape, and he was young when it happened. So he got out, and he got his career back. But I remember I asked him, I said, do you regret having your day one friends around considering what happened to you? He goes, oh, no, I don't regret it. You know, it would be wrong for me not to take care of my people. Like if you found $6 million, you wouldn't share that with your friends? And I'm like, man, you didn't find $6 million. You earned it on that field by yourself.
Right.
And you kept these bums around you who are doing illegal stuff in your house, and some of them testified against you that put you in jail. I think your own cousin testified against you. So, how do you not regret that? How do you say, yeah, I made some wrong decisions. I should have just stuck with my family and maybe some of my football friends, and I wouldn't be where I am. But some people, they feel like if they don't bring their day ones with them, then they're somehow not real, they're fake. And that's a trap that I think a lot of people fall into.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's a trap that a lot of people fall into, that's calling themselves from the hood and not understand the hood is the hood. And if you got it in you, then it's in you. But if you're trying to do something positive in the right way, or if you have something positive that you can do and get money off of, real money, yeah, it's time to let them bullshit niggas go. I kind of understood how motherfuckers was meaning, because they used to tell me that all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, Crunchy, your ass cannot keep on. You know what I'm saying? And Crunchy, you. And I understood that. And a lot of times we don't get it because we from there. You know what I'm saying? But just like Boosie said about that drugs thing, we be needing that help. You can't just extend your hand without really helping somebody. You get what I'm saying? You can't say you did something for somebody if you really wasn't trying to help. You was just doing something for the fuck up, so won't nobody say you wasn't cool. But when it came to the drugs, I was watching you and Boosie was right like about me. Like, niggas go to jail, high on all these drugs, and don't be able to get off of it, so you in there. Like that nigga said, yeah, I drunk more drink than Boosie crazy. He's like, I drunk more drink, did drugs in the jail. But he was right. I'm glad God or my grandmama and them, whoever it is, was praying for me enough where I was able to say I quit and quit just like that. So whatever they was doing and whatever they put in me, that's why I can't let them down. I can't let them down. I can't let myself down. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy that Durk did all that and then let the fans trick him. So you tell me your mind is smart enough to get that far up there, but it wasn't. He did say it though. He said, "Don't use my cards," and the nigga still did it. So what
Yeah,
that
use his
said?
card
Come on,
anyways.
what is that saying? That just said, nigga, them niggas was trying to get you out of the game. They say people will be around you praying on your downfall. Why is they around you? Everything about what you doing, they feel it inside of them as not doing it and mad at you because you are.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going through it right now, and that's happened to me before. Like, you have people that you financially take care of and you do a lot for, and you find out that they hated you the whole time, and they're doing stuff, right there in the middle of your thing to try and tear you down internally.
You down.
It always
Try to
stunned
tear
me.
You down. Yep.
I couldn't understand. Like, and these people would take things that you would have just given to them anyways.
Anyway, yeah, man, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man, sad. But sooner or later, you gotta appreciate when you cut your grass and you see the snakes there.
Right.
You gotta take that as a positive sometimes.
No, really you do. Because taking it the wrong way, we already did that a lot. Let me tell you, why not try it for any man or any woman or any child or anybody? If you used to doing a lot of wrong, I think it's time to try something right. Why is you constantly going the wrong way? What is the blurry spot in your sight when you constantly going the wrong way?
No, that's true. I remember me and QD3, Quincy Jones's son. We had a long conversation this one night at a studio. And he told me something that I always remembered. He said, it's a lot easier to push in a positive direction than a negative one.
It is.
It's just easier.
No,
it's easier.
I promise.
Pushing positivity is easier than trying to push negativity.
Oh, you're right.
Trying to have someone, helping someone make some money is a lot easier than trying to steal that money from that person.
No, you're right. Like a fool.
Keefe D is still in jail for the murder of Tupac. Did you guys ever run into Tupac during the early days?
Well, you remember we was doing Tupac and remember Biggie, they was over there with Biggie. You remember how Tupac did that little rival with Biggie and Bone Thugs and Homie had got over? See, that's when we was all, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of times when we was in New York or LA, we was bumping into Tupac a lot. A whole bunch. It's like so much where me and Boo cried when this shit happened. You get what I'm saying? Boo called me crying, and I don't even cry. I'm like, what the fuck? Tupac? Like, you got to be fucking crazy. And then here it come all the way around. They say, dude had something to do with it.
Well, yeah. So Keefe D is the only person that's in the car that allegedly shot and killed Tupac. And I did the interview with him about 5 years ago. And the only reason I did the interview was because he wrote a book that was on Amazon that detailed the whole situation. And just recently, I mean, he tried to get the whole case dismissed, saying that he had a proffer agreement and so forth. And Las Vegas PD came back and said there's no proffer agreement with Las Vegas, and we can't find a federal proffer agreement. So whatever you said is going to be used against you in a court of law. All those interviews you did, the book that you wrote, you know, everything else like that is now evidence. And just recently, we'll actually show the pictures on the screen, he got into a fight with someone in the jail.
Yeah, I saw that. No, I did. I saw that. They said the guy had him going towards the front, and another dude was already standing right there, and they got into it with each other or something like that, and they were all on the floor running around. And the security tried to break it up or whatever, and I saw that. I actually saw that, I think, earlier today.
Look, Keefe D is 61 years old. He is 4 years from being a senior citizen.
Right.
I know that his plans were not to end up back in a county jail fighting guys at that age and potentially doing the rest of his life in prison. Because quite honestly, whatever deal they gave him when he confessed to everything, had he not wrote a book, started doing interviews, he would have lived out the rest of his life in Las Vegas in peace. People wouldn't even know who he is.
Right.
But he decided, you know, to do interviews, to write the book, to talk about it in more and more detail. He did about 5 or 6 interviews.
I saw some of them Johns too. I saw some of them.
Yeah. And it just shows, like, look, if I had anything to do with a murder, I understand there's no statute of limitations. So proffer agreement or not, unless I went to prison for it, right? And I understand that. Like, I've interviewed a lot of guys that have killed people, but they went to prison. You know, Sammy the Bull, people like that. They went to prison, or they went to court and they said this was self-defense, like a Lil Tim, right?
Yeah,
Lil Tim over the killing of King Von.
Right.
Georgia has a stand your ground law. So basically, you know, they locked him up and they said, no, this is stand your ground, you're free to go. So he's able to talk about it. I get it.
Right.
But if I kill somebody and it's still an open case, because the Tupac murder is still an open case.
And he talked.
I wouldn't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about. I killed who? No, that was someone else.
Yeah, he killed himself. I don't know. That nigga was stupid too. I don't know.
Why do you think that people talk themselves into a jail cell?
Because people want to be the shit so bad. They want to be the shit. They want folks to say, oh, that's the dude that did this. Hey, that's the dude. They want that so bad. I always say, if you can get yourself, compliment yourself, like yourself, you wouldn't have to worry about too many other folks doing what you can do for yourself. Meaning, liking yourself, loving yourself. I said a lot of people look in the mirror, and they look in the mirror as having their outfits on, their haircut, or they, whatever it is, but still see something they don't like. I just feel like folks got to learn how to love themselves. If they do that, they wouldn't make a mistake to write a book, be on shit, just saying shit for the fuck of it, so I can look cool. But look how cool that nigga is now, locked up, rolling on the jail floor. Ain't nowhere in here. I wouldn't either.
Yeah. No, look, he's 61. I believe he has grandkids, because I remember he, brought his son to one of the interviews. Right. And his son looked like old enough to have kids himself. So these are the times that you should be kicking back and spending the money that you've made throughout your life.
Right. all this time you done did all that hustle and bustle, being from where you from, and you don't got like them guys, all them guys that was hanging around Puppy them and doing all that, them guys got real money out of that. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like you say, anytime you see any type of money that you're not usually seeing, you get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to use that mind to understand or to tell you that, man, you can't keep doing the same stupid ass shit. If you can't see the outdoor of this shit, then yeah, you probably would be going back to jail or going to jail or telling somebody you was with that you had something to do with some shit you shouldn't have been talking about anyway and get fucked up like that. I don't know. I don't understand it. I always say to myself and my kids, like, don't try to make somebody else feel good if you don't. You can't help somebody if you ain't able to help somebody. It's got to be with yourself first. I don't care if it's me, my daughter, my son, his mama. It's always about yourself first. And once you do yourself, I'm guaranteed to you that you'll be able to take care of that family. You just got to be on what you're supposed to be on. And I just feel like, niggas want to be like, if they do something bad, guess what? They in the books. The books, but how you know they gonna talk about it? How do you know we gonna hear it? When this chapter over, or when this life over, or whatever. So they do stupid shit, thinking it's gonna be cool, but it's not gonna be cool. Your ass going to jail, young man. Young man, you going to jail for this bullshit out here. So if you think that you're not gonna go to jail and you're gonna be the slickest criminal out here, you're not, fool. Yeah, leave that shit alone. Get a job. You ain't gotta get a job. Be an entrepreneur. God gave everybody two gifts. Use them.
What are those two?
Well, with mine, I know how to rap. And I basically know how to rap real good. Y'all just gonna get to see that in a minute. I'm dropping 3 albums. Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Speak No Evil is gonna be on Valentine's Day and the 14th. And next month it's gonna be on the 14th. And then next month it's gonna be on 14th. I'm dropping 3 albums right away because they've been fiending for me. And they didn't know I can make music like this. I got some good shit. Great shit. Real good.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I got.
That's what's up.
How them tell the nigga well? I got some cool shit. I mean, like everybody, I got a lot of shit up on YouTube right now. I got a new YouTube page, which is what it is, the official Crunchy Black YouTube page. Yeah. And then, I got my fan page, Donnell Carlton, 11, Darnell, and Carlton, Carlton, 11. And that's for my fans that been my fans, even though, we ain't been together as the group. And they always been down. They always been, my fans that I have, I'm cool with them. I'm talking about, you can video me. We can have conversation. We can talk about, because, they always tell me, OG, you don't want to be telling niggas the real truth. Like, come on, dog. So I just opened my door or my phones or whatever for all the real fans that I have that's always looking out for me and know I'm always looking out for them. Half of them will be able to tell you what I did if you ever run into them, but yeah.
Well, there's been a bunch of videos circling around of you doing this dance challenge.
Right. Well, I got a song. I got a song called, well, I don't have a song. My cameraman, which is Yo Ali, he know how to rap and make beats. So when I was hearing him, I'm like, nigga, this is pretty cool. So we ended up doing, I did songs for him. And Gangsta Walking is one of the songs, Bucking and Jucking.
Right, because there's a video of you gangster walking with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh, I didn't see that. oh, no, yeah, okay, yeah. No, this.
So what was that? What was that we just saw?
That right there, that's Marcus 901. He do a lot of content and stuff, but he repping Memphis on it real big with the Memphis everywhere, niggas everywhere I go. And they called me one day and were like, OG, I got Juicy on there, and everybody saying up on the Juicy, say, hey, you need to go get Crunchy Black for us. So I'm like, no, if that's keeping y'all out of trouble, that dance that I made up, keeping y'all out of trouble, I'ma do it. Let's go. And then they called me and we met up and we end up doing that little dance. A lot of folks think I can't do it anymore because I don't know, I guess I'm old, but better ask them girls. I can move real good. Nah. Yeah, but and the little dudes in that video right there, they all positive. They all do the gangster walk, bucking and juking. And I told them, long y'all doing positive stuff and coming from Memphis, I got you. You can call me for anything. You get what I'm saying? Because that's what I'm trying to steer as many as the right way if I can. You know what I'm saying? And which I done. Because gangster walking and that bucking and juking, them kids from Memphis is doing it. They don't got buildings where they can teach other people how to do their dance. That ain't nothing bad right there. I think that was good. So I'm always applaud them and tell them way to go, dog. Because a lot of times people ain't even telling their own kids. They did good. I appreciate you this day. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you being a smart child. I appreciate you looking out for your sisters and brothers. You know what I'm saying? We ain't saying that enough to the kids, so they doing whatever they want to do because we ain't really trying to teach them nothing. We trying to show them some bullshit that might get them killed.
So you invented the gangster walk.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah.
I invented that. That dance I used to go to. Well, I'm from a project, and the project was right around Beale Street, and Beale Street had this club at the tip of Beale Street called Studio G. And all the project people all over Memphis would come. And at 12 o'clock, like I said before, DJ Paul, Juicy J, BK, DJ Squeaky, DJ Zerp, one of them would be at 12 o'clock, the new DJ that's coming in from 12. But when they come in, they play their theme song. And they run their theme song about an hour or so. You get what I'm saying? And everybody runs and we get on the floor and we just battle each other. The last person on that floor is the king. That was me all the time, you know. So even we did it in different projects against each other for a lot of money from the big dope dude or that projects or whatever. And they end up just seeing me doing it. And they was like, how you do that? And I'm like, shit, I'm not scared to fall. I'm not scared to fall because you actually see it like the way we did it was like MC Hammer was doing it. You know what I'm saying? He just was off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But that dance right there, you know, that person that when Juke died and he was going to a funeral, you know, in real life, we don't talk about that because we don't talk about a lot of stuff. But them our folks. Them was our folks. You know what I'm saying? The Bovans, them were our folks. The Crutches, Bovan, Cards, you know what I'm saying? Them were our folks. So they used to do a little something in there. What that club, No Name? Club No Name, they used to do a little hop. I got that hop, but I put it because I danced. They was cool. I was a kid. You get what I'm saying? And I made it out to what it is now. And everybody used to, all the folks that try to interview me would try to get me to talk bad about the kids. And I'm like, no, I said I represent Memphis. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the bold. And I'm never going to be able to go against my kids or anyone else's kids for doing a dance that I came up with. You's a selfish motherfucker if that's what you own. I was happy when them little kids was doing a lot of stuff. They doing so much. They go out with us. They go out with Chad. They go out with other artists. They on Gorilla stage. They in her video. They doing positive stuff. So big shout out to all the young kids and the young men that gangster walk and they call it Bucky and Jucky. Shout out to y'all. Big love.
Now, Fulio, they just caught the last suspect in his murder. He was on the run for 6 months.
He had been on the run. Yep.
Right. They got a picture of him. We'll go ahead and show the picture. He's like smiling at the camera, like something's funny.
Yeah.
You know. But nothing's gonna be funny when he gets life in prison. In fact, I think they're actually facing the death penalty.
Yeah.
Florida.
Cause of how they did it. See, I just don't understand why they rapping about the whole damn thing. Why is the kids just trying to rap everything they done in a crime? I don't understand it, man. I promise you I don't understand it. And I feel like it's a lot of our problems. There's a lot of shit we didn't do or they say we didn't do as being OGs. We pushed them out there and we didn't really give a fuck what we had them doing. I'm not saying I done that, but I'm just taking up for the OGs or telling them do better.
Look, a lot of people in hip hop have beefs. I mean, you guys had beef with Bone Thugs and Harmony at one point, right?
Right.
But at no point did you go and find a picture of one of their dead friends and make a video holding up the picture at a graveyard, laughing about all their loved ones that got killed. Like it was a hip hop battle, and at one point, y'all got over it,
right?
Because no one went below the belt and did some things that you can't talk your way out of. But these days, you have people like Fulio, who I knew. I interviewed him before, and we kept in contact. We talked, and I kept telling him, man, just get out of Florida. Like, you're going to get caught up in there. But these guys, they do songs, they don't react, and then they do a song like what Fulio did, where he's in the graveyard holding up pictures of all the dead people, some of which are like, I think one of them was like the brother of Young and Ace and stuff like that. It's in the graveyard that I think they're buried in, and it's just like, it's hard to get over stuff like that. So then a group of people goes and does a murder 3 hours away, and they got everything on tape. They got them getting out of the car. They got the license plate. One of the girls who's involved in it is pregnant. So she's going to cooperate. But even if she cooperates, that baby's going to be born in jail, and they're going to take the baby away.
Right. What the kid?
Like who wins here? Nobody wins. Everyone loses.
Nobody wins again. So let's try to. We need to do a challenge. Don't be a food challenge. Don't be a food challenge, man. Stop it. Be the guy or be the kid that does what you do and not talk about it. Or don't do it. Stick to something positive. I swear, if you would have heard this a lot in your life as a kid, you wouldn't go the wrong way. If you'd have heard this a lot, or like I say, I think it is because people don't say the right shit to their kids. They try to be somebody to their kids that you look like a fool when you're trying to be somebody else to your kid and you mom or dad. You get what I'm saying? You feel like kids these days, they see you being like that with them, they'll end up going the wrong way. Because you want to be their friend more than you want to be their mom or their dad. It's time out for that shit. You got to be moms and dads. You got to be granddads and grandmoms. It just got to be. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get that deep love, that deep learning, belief. A lot of you just got to try it. I want everybody out there, please let's try to do something right. Watch how that shit feel.
Yeah. Well, look, I mentioned this before, but not in one of our interviews. But at one point, I made a list of all the people I interviewed that have died violently and have had drug overdoses. And I counted 20 people I interviewed have gotten killed, and 5 people have had drug overdoses and died. 2 of which we mentioned in this interview, Gangsta Boo and Rich Homie Quan.
Well,
and let me tell you, like, a lot of these people are in their 20s or early 30s. The oldest person I interviewed who got killed was Gonzo, who was 45.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, the majority of them are like, you know, Jimmy Wapo, 21, Doe B, 22, Jay the Youngin, 24, FBG Duck, 26. These are all young people, man. Some of these are half my age or even younger than half my age. And they, for whatever reason, they get into situations, whether they get into them or things are slightly out of their control, but most times these situations could be avoided.
It really could.
They really could. They could really be avoided. And most of the people are successful. They don't have to be put in this situation. You know, I talked about, for example, when Takeoff got killed. That could have been fixed if they had real security with them. Instead of having their friend with the dreadlocks pulling out the gun during an argument and the shootout happening. If they had an actual police security with them, he would have pulled out he would have pulled out his badge and everyone would have calmed down. You know, like, a lot of these situations are messed up. You know, Young Dolph is on this list. Young Dolph was only 36 when he died. That's young, man. I know some of these young dudes are like, oh, 36, you're an old head. No, you're not old at 36. You're not old at 46.
No, they tripped me out.
I'm 51 and I do, you know, twice as much stuff as some of these 20-year-olds still do. So the thing is, man, there's a lot of life for you to live. And this whole thing of just crashing out and you only live once and all that type of stuff, man, like, that's not how older people have gotten to be older.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know.
I don't know any old people who drive around without putting on their seatbelt.
Right.
But a lot of these kids is living life without a seatbelt.
Yeah, they jump in the car and you have to tell them, put the seatbelt on.
Yeah.
And they should understand. I already know that but like you say, crashing out is not what you want to do. Don't get me wrong. If you do trap music, you do trap music. If you do crack music, you do crack music. But don't let the music be who you really is. Why you think we got actors that ain't even using their real name? We calling them a nickname, not knowing their real name. Stop putting yourself in a predicament that you ain't gonna be able to get out of unless you go into prison and leaving whatever you was trying to say you was taking care of, doing all this work so you can take care of your family, but you're not on that. So, you know, just I want to say, tell everybody, just chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. Stop letting something go to 0 to 10, and then once you're in jail about shooting somebody, I shouldn't even did it. They say your first mind is the mind you're supposed to go off of. You know what I'm saying? So every time y'all hear that first mind say, nigga, don't do that, you better listen.
Yeah. Yeah. Final question before I let you go, because this question always comes up when I say I'm going to interview Crunchy Black again. Now, you talked about how you met the devil certain times. Have you met the devil since our last interview?
No, because I had God gave me a choice. God said, you cannot straddle the fence. You got to either know me, love me, and give your life to me, or deal with the other way, the devil, the 666, all that. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna even lie to you. I tried to straddle the fence because I liked this other side so much. But he kept telling me. And it got to the point that it is right now where I just had to say, forget the devil, and I'm going with the Lord, man. I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to try to be somebody else. Myself, I'm going to try.
That's what it is. Crunchy Black, man. Always a pleasure when you come in, man. Glad you're doing well. Glad your kids are doing well. And, wish you all the best. Until next time.
Till next time. Glad.
Peace.